Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. November 1st ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಆಗಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯೋತ್ಸವ ಡೇ ಅಂತ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ. ಹಾರ್ಟ್ಫೆಲ್ಟ್ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಟು ಆಲ್ ದಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್. ನಾವು ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸೇರಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮುಂದೆ ಜೀವನ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋದು ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಇಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ವಿ ಆರ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಟು ರಿಮೈಂಡ್ ಅಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಅವರ್ ಮಿಷನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಫೌಂಡರ್ಸ್ ಡೇ ಸುಮಾರಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಫೌಂಡರ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಅ ಫೌಂಡರ್ ಇನ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್. ಅದೇ ಸಂಬಡಿ ಹೂ ವಿಲ್ ಶೋ ಯು ದ ಪಾತ್, ದಾರಿ ತೋರಿಸೋದು. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಒನ್. ಇವಾಗ ಟಾಟಾ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ರು GRD ಟಾಟಾ ಅಂತ ಯಾರೋ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಹಂಗೆ ಅಂಬಾನಿ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಅಂಬಾನಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಹಂಗೆ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಯಾರೋ ಇದರೊಳಗೆ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಯಾರೋ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Some one person starts, gives a vision, saying, this is my life, nan jeevana idu. And the other people say, I value that, I think bele ide anta. So I will also join into that thing. So like that, so many masters have come. So many people who've been the reason for founding a pathway for people. So ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ, in your life also, you have a mission. ಇವಾಗ for a tree, for a plant, for nature, it does not have to ask what should I do. ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇವಾಗ I got this lovely garland as a gift from both of them, president and secretary. But as soon as I put the garland, ಇವಾಗ ಅವರು ಪ್ರೀತಿನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ, because they're giving it out of love, I accepted it. But when it came around my neck, these flowers started talking to me. ಈ ಹೂಗಳು ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಆಯಿತು. They were exuding a fragrance. ಒಂದು ಫ್ಯಾಂಟಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್, ಒಂದು ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದ ಸುವಾಸನೆ. A fragrance is coming. ಈ ಹೂಗಳಿಗೆ they were not told, ಆ ಹೂಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ, ನೋಡು ನೀನು ಇಂಥ ಈ ಸುವಾಸನೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. It is built into their nature. The nature of these flowers is to exude the fragrance that it has. The nature of nature is to realize itself and give out to the world what it has. And he who gives out a fragrance which is particular, special for this flower. Another flower gives out a fragrance for that flower. ಆ ಹೂವಿನಿಂದ ಈ ಬಣ್ಣ ಇದು ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. But still, the idea of giving the fragrance is there. The fragrance itself may not be the same. You know, so when you do good to the people, you don't have to do the same good. You don't have to be the same person. You don't have to repeat the same thing which is done. But you do what is best in you. ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅದ್ಭುತವಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ. And that's what you offer to the world. Naturally ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ರಿಯಲೈಸೇಷನ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಔಟ್ ಅಂತ. ಆಸ್ ಯು ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್, ಯು ಸಿ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಗುಣ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಯು ಸಿ ಅ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್, ಯು ಸಿ ಅದರ್ ಪೀಪಲ್. ಅದರಿಂದ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಐಡಿಯಾ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಯು ಬಿಗಿನ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್. ನನಗೆ ಮೈ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮೈ ಗುರುಸ್. My father, my mother, my grandfather, these people were generational. Huttidaga, I came as a nobody. Amsha, the Atman, is wandering somewhere. One day it will leave the body and go somewhere. ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರುಪಾದ ಸಂಘ ಇಲ್ಲೊಳಗೆ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ದಿ ಅನ್ನಮಯ ಕೋಶ, all these things we saw. We were looking at the different koshas and The Atman itself, the soul itself, does not have this. And the soul can be in anything. But when the soul is in a tree, when the soul is in the plant, when the soul is in the animal, the realization of the self of the tree or the flower or the animal comes to the soul. ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಗುಣ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ, what is the thing best in me, comes to the Atman when it is in a plant. It does not have to be told you are a rose tree, you are a chrysanthemum tree, you are a mango tree, you are a banana tree, you are a coconut tree, you are a tiger, you are a peacock. ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿಲ್ಲ. You don't have to be told. As it comes and evolves into that body, the realization of the self comes to the body, comes from the body to the self, and the self begins to function the best way it can. The peacock will open its feathers. It will open the feathers and say, see how beautiful I am. Each one has a nature, the nature of the self. And that self is given to the world. That's the nature of life. If you become a mountain, you give something else to the world. If you become fire, you give something else to the world. If you become wind, if you become water, if you become a tiger, if you become a pig, if you become a rose, if you become whoever you become, you begin to offer something. Understand? So that is destined, it's fixed, it's much easier in those forms. But as a human being, you have a choice in it. You have a choice to be a Rakshasa or a Deva or a Manushya. You can be anything. You can sit down and say, I don't realize anything. Or you can begin to search. And when you begin to search, you see so many things in life. And for me, like I told you, everything was a teacher. Everything taught me. The plants, the animals, the birds, the wind, everything taught me. That's why in the advanced class, when I take you, I'll say, listen to everything. Look at everything. Learn from everything. Not only all being, all vastu, but even people. I'm not the guru. There's a guru in everybody. I have had so many gurus who are technically gurus. Also, I had so many people who are designed to be gurus. You know? Sorry for the interruption. But when something comes in the thing, when the mind goes there, then I'm off track. All right. All right. So ಇವಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ, when you are human beings, a parent or a child, the parent will ask the child or the child will ask other people, what shall I be? Shall I be a teacher? Shall I be an engineer? Shall I be a pilot? Shall I be a dancer? Shall I be a singer? Shall I be a scientist? Shall I be, what shall I be? You have
ಅಸೆಲ್ಲ ದೂರ ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತೆ ದೂರ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ ಇದೆ, உங்களுக்கு ஒரு வாய்ப்பு இருக்கு, எதுனா ஆகலாம். You can be anything in the world. So and you don't have to become a tree, you don't have to become a bird, but then you can learn from the bird, learn from that thing, and put it into your nature to offer the world. ನೀವು ಅದು ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಡಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ನಿಮ್ ಗುಣ. What can I offer? And that's why I took from my parents. I took from them love and kindness. I just wanted to tell you, in my house, from the time when I was young, till I grew and came on my own. When I got married, then I had to, make some differences. And then till then, when I was living there with my parents in my home, along with my parents, there not one day when I saw my parents fight or quarrel or raise their voice. நம் தந்தை தாய் மை அப்பா அம்மா எப்பவும் சண்டை அந்த சண்டைன்னு இல்லைங்க. Every day was a loving day. Every day my father showed so much kindness to my mother and the children and the world. My mother showed so much kindness to everybody else. There was only love and kindness. I did not know one bad word. I did not know one scolding. I did not know anything which was harsh to anybody else. All life I grew up with that. So that's the vision that they gave me. That's the founder. They founded that idea into me. That when you're living in the world, do not hurt anybody. Be kind to everyone. Be loving to everyone. And I took that as a vision. And then I found that this kindness and love and the thing is there in every being. That the tree is kind to all beings. That the animals are kind to all the other beings. When there's a difficulty somewhere, we have seen it in so many videos now, that even a lion or even a panther, even a thing which is designed to be cruel, will be very kind to something when it is hurt, when it's a baby. That shows that deep inside the nature of the Atman, the nature of the inner being is kindness. That's why when you refer to God, God is an unknown being, an unknown entity. But what is the quality that you apply to God? God is loving, God is kind, God is always with you, God is being there. There's always the Shakti, that Preeti, that Bhakti, that they are there together. That person, that God has everything, but is living for you. You don't have to, you offer something as a gratitude. You offer, like, in many, whether you are a Hindu, Muslim, Christian, something, you offer something to God in the form, as bhakti to the other person, as zakat, as gift to some fellow being, or to some animal, or to something, because God, you do not know where to feed God. But though you don't see the God in any God form, you see divinity in the human form, in so many different forms. So you offer your kindness in those forms. And now, for the Sevaks, when you came, you had no idea when you came into the thing. You came with the idea for something that you wanted. The first when you came into the Sevak family. But then what I told you, what I was sharing with you, is that finally you have to learn to give. And you have to learn not money, not property, which we saw in the advanced class. It was not property, not money, not something to, material that they wanted. They just wanted to be with you. To say that I'm there with you. That togetherness. So for a little while in the advanced class, when you began to share that togetherness with other people, the whole world changed. You found fantastic. I can be with everybody. I can be with anything. The next day you saw, I can be with the tree, with the plant, with the animal, with anything. You saw there's no difference between you and existence. There's togetherness. There's oneness. That's the greatest feeling. And in that feeling of oneness, you felt so happy. And the best nature of yours came out. Like the fragrance in this flower, like the light in the candle, like the light in the sun, like the behavior of any being, the best quality came out. Now you see, when we come into this program, for example, Ravi has an idea that he's going to talk something. But whatever he said just flowed out of him. Without his knowledge, without his realization, so many beautiful things came out of him. And he said such a wonderful, a welcome speech for all of you. And it is not that he wrote it down, planned it, and by hearted it like many other, I don't know, politicians or debaters or so many other people do. But it was just flowing out of him. Same thing with Arun. Same thing with so many people. Same thing with a little child when she was singing. She was singing, no doubt she was singing. She learned the song. But when she was singing the bhajan, when she was singing the, the inauguration kirtana, her head was moving, her hands were moving. It was all flowing with her. So not only her mind, her body, her heart, everything was flowing because she wanted to give some things that she learned. Like that, whenever we saw so many photographs, of what Sevaks are doing, Priya and Balu, and Kadirvelu and Kokila, when they went to give and all their assistants and all their other Sevaks along with them, when they went to give, they were happily sharing, giving to the other people. And the joy of giving was there. They didn't think, am I doing right? Am I doing wrong? Shall I give or shall I not give? No, they just said, I have to give. Each one of you, when you're talking, when you're working, like so many people, like our Mirama and her children, when they came to sing, they were just offering their talent to the world. Kavita, all these people, everybody, they're just sharing and giving to the world. So wonderful it is. That's why I said each one of you, like Leela Miss, my sister had the thing, when they're looking after the patients and looking after the world, it is just an offering from there. Each one of you, when you're playing, when you're talking, when you're working, whatever you're doing, it is becoming an offering. And that's what you want to do at the Gati Center. To give an offering to other people. To come there, and Ganesh will also tell you more. To come there and be together, to learn to give whatever talent that you have. It can be anything. Anything. Whether you can cook, or you can paint, or you can stitch, or you can sweep, or whatever you can do. You may be, if you ask me what is the best thing that you can do, the best thing that I can do is clean a toilet and raise another human being. So maybe that's the best thing I can do. I can look at the beauty in the other people, and when somebody says the toilet is dirty, I can make it lovely so that the people say even the toilet is lovely, because everything in the world is lovely. And I want you to get that message. That it's your eyes that see the world. It's your heart that sees the world. It's you which sees the world. You can see kindness, you can see rubbish, or you can see enlightenment, you can see wonderful people. That's why I told in the classes and in the thing, in my world, I see lovely people. In a guru's world, in so many divine masters' world, like in the Christ or the Prophet or Mahavira or anybody in the Buddha, he saw lovely people. It is not the people, whoever they were, whether they were a cruel person, whether they're killers or whatever, he saw deep inside there's a lovely person. And he helped in bringing out that lovely person to the world. So that the other person, now you become a founder, the founder has left that message inside you. The search for the lovely person in the other person. And so you go around searching for the greatness, for the kindness, for the best thing in the other people. So as you keep doing it, you have a lovely world around you. Okay, understand? Whenever you're walking in your house, you want to have a very clean house. You want to have a clean table. If something is fallen aside, upside down, something, and you feel that's not nice, you repair it, you correct it, you put it into place. Like that, when you're walking somewhere, you find somebody falling down, you help that person to stand. It's not that you are told to do that. Yaro heludantalla. It is in your heart. It's in your nature. Realize that basically I'm designed to be part of that. Why? That's the nature of existence. To find yourself. So realize your true nature and begin to offer to the world. And that it's to see your true nature. You look at all the different people whom you call founders. I mean, every person around me is a founder, because they are helping me to understand so many beautiful things of life. So every person around me is a divine being, is a divine soul. Every person or everything has a fantastic inherent quality which they are giving to the world, which the world is excited about, which the world wants to have. அவங்களுக்கெல்லாம் தேவை இருக்கு. Like the candle or the rose, the freshness or the kindness or the freshness from the fruits and other vegetables, or the vibrancy of the flowing water, or the way in which the sunlight works. Everything in this universe is so grand, it's so beautiful. So begin to enjoy this, and you can enjoy it at any moment. The point is, in this moment, in this life, enjoy it and tell the other people, wow, look at this. See what a wonderful world we are living in. Whether it's COVID or whether it is, whatever, a function, a festival, or whatever it is, be happy with it. And as you're doing that thing, we create a wonderful world. So I'm inviting all the sevaks, and you're already there, and all of you are already, so far progressed. That's why, as you saw, Ravi and Arun were talking, each one they began to say how wonderful, Manohar and Malika, yeah, oh, Savita also, and Veerbhadya, and Padmini Patel, and I think, and Rangaraju. So every face that we see in the screen, they began to say, wow, lovely, lovely, look at that lovely person, Padma, and everybody. As you begin to see, there was once upon a time when you didn't know those people at all. When you see those people, they'll say, they're such lovely people. So grand they are. Gangadhar, and so many people. Before when he was in the police uniform, people say, oh, tough man, they say something. Now you say, what a lovely person Gangadhar is. What a lovely person this other person is. Like that, you find loveliness in everybody, and their own kind of nature, their own loveliness in their own way. And for me, I'm so happy that this is my family. In no other family, really, I know you go and meet. I'm not putting down any of the other masters, but you go and meet so many other masters. Kindness to other people. Good. So the master himself is a wonderful person. But you see all the other people who receive the information. Are they also, can you say the same thing about them, like how I can say about you? I don't know. I'm not putting anybody down. I'm not praising you more, but I'm saying individually, like here now we got this garden, individually, each flower, if you pick each flower, maybe by itself you don't know, but each flower is fantastic. Whether it's the little orange flower in between is also fantastic. Like that, now each sevak has become a fantastic being. And that's what I'm very happy about. You are the pearls, you are the diamonds, you are the jewels, you are the stars of the world. And I want each one of you not to sit back and sit there, but get up. Like Vivekananda said, stand up and take that step forward to tell the world that that the fragrance is in me. I'm willing to give it to you. What am I going to do with it? Like a candle which is burning, it will give and give and give and give and give. Finally, when it's dying, it will give more and die. So like that, you go on giving till at the last moment, you give a tremendous bit to the world and then go. Let the world enjoy. What are you worried about? You are meant to do that thing for the world. You're meant to give that thing to the world. So give it to the world. What is the point in a candle sitting in the high room without any light? There's no use for the thing. It has to burn. These flowers have to give the fragrance. Everything has to give itself. So it is meant for you to give. So for me as a teacher, the only thing I'm happy is, as a guru, I don't claim anything else. What I claim is that I had the desire, I had the willingness, I had the capacity to see lovely things in all of you. And and you are willing to see that, when I said you're so lovely, so kind, so wonderful, you're willing to believe me and bring out that loveliness and give it to the world. So please continue to do so. Continue to bring out your loveliness. Continue to bring out the loveliness in the other people. Continue to build a wonderful life. And now we are having the Guru Jnana Sangha, where each one is finding a guru in the world and finding different gurus in the world, and saying even those gurus have brought this fantastic knowledge to us, and sharing all that knowledge with each other. So each one has brought something from there. It's like somebody has brought this thing from there and made it into a garden and given it to me. It's like you bring some food from somewhere and make it and give it to me. You put some hot water or hot some liquid inside that thing, put effort into making it lovely and giving it to somebody. Like that, you're doing so many wonderful things. Continue your journey so that you are proud of yourself. Whenever you sit somewhere peacefully in meditation, there should be one thought. No, don't think about what can I get from anybody. You can pat yourself and say, I am a giver. I give. I continue to give. I don't require anything. I'm full. Purna Mada, Purna Midam. I'm full. I'm complete. So when you sit down for meditation, you're not sitting to say, God, give me this, give me this, give me this, give me this. No. You give a giver. God, you are giving me so much. You're giving me so much. You're giving me so much. You're giving me plenty. Now, God, for me, let me take this to other people. Make me that candle. Make me that servant. Make me your servant to give it to the other people. Let me utilize this Janma to be a giver, to take your love and kindness to other people. So take that thing from you, from the world, from existence, put it through you and offer it to the world. And be that giver to the world. And that's what the founder should be doing. Each founder, find that founder all around you and find that they are what all nice things that they're giving. And you also become a giver in that thing. And let's have a world which gives for each other. Then there'll be plenty for each other and plenty. And that's when they'll say, Purna Mada, Purna Midam. That is complete and this is complete. Nobody has to struggle and take anything from anybody. And we live in a completely sharing world and lovely world of completeness. You see in so many other places when people say, that's why I said, now come to the ashram and stay there. Many people might think, when they come to the ashram and stay there, what is there in an ashram? They think ashram is a bhikari's place. Not true. The ashram is a place where God lives, where divinity lives, where all the gurus live. And that's why you have the home of the master. None of those masters were bhikaris. None of those masters, when you go there to give them something, they don't say, I got it. They are not at all crazy about whatever you're going to give them. They are happy and contented in themselves. So I want each sevak to be happy and contented in yourself. The world might say, buy a house, buy a motorcycle, buy a thing. Now, some motorcycles are unnecessarily coming into Gandhi. We had one motorcycle, another person says, have another motorcycle, another person says, have another motorcycle. There's a car which is coming, another car is coming, another vehicle is coming. Everything is simply coming there. We don't know what to do with it. Now, many people are saying, take my, I'll give you a chair, I'll give you a table, I'll give you this thing, I'll give you that. So many things are coming. So it's like the world, where without asking, it's all coming. So let that be there. In the other world, they'll say give, 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 give. In our world, we'll say take, 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 take. So be a giver. Give it to the world. You'll have trupti in giving. When you are saying I want, then it's a bhikari world. You're simply taking nothing for no use. One day you'll know. You're not grown that old. One day you'll know when you come to die. Then you know what to do with all this. Now you ask some of us, other people, ask Padmini Patel Amma. Her mother is sitting next to her. Amma. Where Amma got the earring thing cover, and when she put the cover, she disappeared. I don't know where she is.
Here.
Here.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Padmini Patel, can you hear me? Can Mummy hear me?
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste, Amma. I just
My
want to ask
blessings to
you,
all of you.
yeah, I just want to ask you, in your house, no, which is the table that you want to keep, or which is the chair that you want to keep, or which is the bed that you want to keep?
Padmini Amma, you are on mute. Can you please unmute?
You tell what Mummy said.
Guruji, I want to give away all the things I have.
What is the problem? What is the thing? What are the material thing? No, all the things that you want to take and keep safely with you.
Huh?
You want to give it to somebody, or you want to keep it with you?
No, I'll give it to my children, my grandchildren, my friends, anybody who wants.
Correct. That's all you
I
want.
don't
You
want
know,
anything for myself.
as you become old, you begin to give. But the problem is they'll say, I don't want it, Mummy. What you got is old. I want something new. But then however, you are willing to give it to anybody. But no, what is the why? I don't know where to keep it now anymore. If you're getting old, then you'll know. When you get old, then you'll know, you want to give something, you say, what, where shall I give it? Like in the advanced class, I gave you an opportunity to think about it because you wouldn't think about it otherwise. So the nature of your thing, not true self, is not to possess anything. So that's why I said, in the last thing I'll say, if there are only a couple of days for you to live, what will you do? I'll spend the time with everybody happily enjoying myself and doing. And that's what you want to do in Gati. In the whole other world, the whole world outside is a begging world. It's I want, I want, I want. That's why there are so many robberies, so many things which are happening. People who are going, there's an old, quite a poor lady, who's, comes to our house, our SEVAK office there, and she's doing ironing, istri, and she has an iron box. That's the only earning thing that she has. And she'll whole day she'll stand. She'll say, sontano, kalno, but she'll iron and iron and iron, collect some money and go. And some people on the motorbike will come and rob that iron box and go and sell it and get drunk or something. For them, it's that moment of thrill. For her, it's a lifetime of work. But then you realize that they, out of their ignorance, are doing it. And there's somebody here who's living that, different world. So you have to learn where you are and find the people around you who are showing you the way and take that thing and make your life. Because like I said in the basic class, the first thing that I take is aim, a vision for your life. So you have to have a vision for your life. What your life will be. Be an engineer, be a doctor, be a cobbler, be a dancer, be a singer. But however, in life, what do you want to do? I'll be a singer, okay. But find the best song and the best way to sing and give the best songs to the world. I'll be a dancer, good. Become a dancer and give the best to the world. You want to be a doctor, fantastic. Be a doctor and see what is the best way you can serve in bringing health. Be an engineer, good. But see what's the best way you can fabricate, build whatever you're doing, building bridges or houses. Build it in such a way that people live, not that a bridge collapses or the building collapses. So be the best, be a giver, give the best, search for the best, do that thing and do that. That's one chance in the world that you do. That's why the SEVAK office, the SEVAK building is one place there. It's a place where givers are there. That's why I told all the ladies and all the other people also, I said, if anything happens in your house, in your married house or your house where you're staying now, where there's a quarrel or something, it may and may not happen. But if there is something, why will it happen? Because somebody said, and something, that proper thing will come about property, money, or something might come. And because there's some giving that somebody says, you didn't give me enough, you didn't care for me enough, you didn't give me love, or you didn't give me money, you didn't give me this, that, or something you didn't give me, so the one fight will start. So I said, or I told you, don't worry at that time. You come to your daddy's house, which is at the ashram. Only problem is, his daddy doesn't live there. Now, I didn't want me to be living there. I wanted that thing to be a daddy's house. Not that they were got to live with daddy inside. So you mistook that, you got to live with daddy. You don't have to live with daddy. You live in a place called daddy's house. So that's why if it's Ganesh or Rajesh or anybody else, so Girijama, anybody else, they are all living in daddy's house. It is not their house, so you don't have to worry. You go there, you also become part of that house. Everybody become part of that house. And live in daddy's house where you have freedom there. You can pick anything, do anything, live anything, eat, and then be peaceful and joyous there. So I'm inviting more people actually to come to daddy's house on this particular Founders Day. There's Ganesh and Rajesh and Girijama and some these three people dedicatedly are there. I invite more of you to come and live there, to find a home there. Recently, one of your very dedicated, very lovely, very dynamic Sevak said, Guruji, within 2 or 3, 4 years, I want to make sure that I come and live there in Gati. And like that, make it your point to come and live there, because that's one place where there's total security. That's a place where the hearts can get together. And when the hearts get together, a beautiful world will happen. So believe that and be part of that thing. So those of you who are married and those of you who are couples and those of you who don't have other liabilities are first welcome to come and stay there. So that's why I will tell people like Saraswati Amma and Natarajan and all to come and stay in Gati. But they don't find this gurus worthwhile. They think Sai Baba is much better. That's okay. They can live with Sai Baba and the ashram there and do their work there. They don't have to be, if they find that Sai Baba ashram is like daddy's home there, then that is wonderful, that's okay. But then other people, whoever else is there who can think that, yeah, this house is where I can live, I can do, I can work, and I have the support of all the other people, then be here. If you have the same support in whatever other new place that you have, then be there. There's no force for anybody. That's how the daddy's house works. So there's no force on anyone. You can come and be part of that thing and make sure that you give and help others to give and make it a place where people share and love is given to each other and care is given to each other. That's what you live and love and give. And that's all you have to do, to care and love each other and live in that home. And if you can live there, God's blessings or eternal blessings or divine blessings will protect you and be there. That's why all the masters have come there. Other people will find they have a better place to live. Fine, it doesn't matter. But then we are slowly seeing how to convert it. And maybe one day the dream will come true, where Gati, the home of the masters, will invite all the other people to come and stay there. And all the other masters who are living now will also join us, and we'll have a beautiful world. Thank you for being together. Make yourself a founder. Make all the other people founders, who can show you a path. And in that divine path, assemble in the Gati ashram and show the world that this is how you should live. That place there should be a place as a vision for people to see. And then they should say that this is the one place where love and kindness exists. It may not exist in many other places, but this is one place where it exists. So those who can be part of a kind and understanding world, please come and be there. Invite all the people who are willing to open their heart to their fellow beings to come and be part of our path there. And this is the path that I am showing. This is the path that I am taking. This is the path that I have taken all these years. And if you are willing to take this path, then please come and join me in Gati. If your heart is still closed, wait for it to open, and the day it opens, come and join me there. If it is still closed, then be with wherever you can open the heart to somebody else. That's fine. You don't have to open the heart to me only, because there's a guru everywhere. It's just that all the gurus are represented in the home of the masters. And you are in the Guru Pada Sangha system also, you'll realize where the gurus are, who the gurus are. And finally, you'll realize that all those gurus melt within you. And finally, when you are there, wherever you are, then the whole world will come to you. And you can be together in that place. And that's how, when, in that togetherness, we can pray for people who are sick, people who are lonely, people who are dying, and see how they survive. You don't have to make everyone survive, Everyone doesn't survive. You know, they have to die sometime or the other, whether it is Rama or Krishna or Christ or Buddha or whoever. They are not still living, they're dead now. So one day everybody has to die. That doesn't matter. But then their legacy will live, their memory will live, their kindness will live, their understanding will live. So they will be part of all the beings. So be part of that loving, kind, understanding world, and you'll find your mukti. Then you'll find there's nowhere to go, nothing to achieve, and everything is within you. Once that thing happens, then you will say Purnamada, Purnamidam, and life will have a new meaning to each one of you. I do hope that you make it soon so that you can, that Mangalam Bhavatu, you know, enjoying the celebration is what you should do. Like now, when you get together and you enjoy the celebration of being together, that same celebration you should have at every moment of your life. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Nirama, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kasyid Dukha Bhagavati. Om Sarvesham Swastil Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantil Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you so much for being together. And I hand it over to my lovely President and Secretary.
Thank you. Thank you, Guruji, for your wonderful message.
Thank you, everybody.
As always, each moment you use, each opportunity you use to make us all realize the truth of universe. You use the examples of the flowers, hot water, and all the simplest thing and get into our hearts and change and transform us. Thank you so much for being there and guiding us always. Thank you, Guruji.
They are all my gurus, women. That's why I'm sure you see listen to these gurus. That's why now I put all of you into the Guru Pada Sangha, you know, the Guru Jnana Sangha, where you go and meet all the gurus and find a guru and of your own choice and get that jnana there. Then you'll get that fragrance of that guru inside and share it with the other people. And all the other people will begin to enjoy it. And as we continue with this Guru Jnana Sangha movement, you know, for some more time, you'll find more and more and more gurus come. Then you'll find the endless chain of gurus who are in the world. And then your life will be so wonderful that only when you go into that, then you will experience. I have experienced it from so many years, so I enjoy it, and at no expense. You know, there's nothing called expense, nothing, you know. The only thing is I gain the whole world, so there's only gaining. And it's a wonderful way to live life. And that's why anytime I decide to die, I can die. Anytime I decide to live, I can live. I can decide till when I should live, and I can live. I can decide when to go, I can go. And if you say, no, be with me for some more time, I can be with for some more time. So the whole idea of birth and death and living and going and thing can be in your hands. So when that is in your hand, then what else do you want to do? I don't know what else you are struggling for. Another lovely divine master has come here. I want to show you the face of this very lovely person, you know, whom I love so much, and you know this lovely being, and he has collected so many other lovely beings, and made another, you know, lovely home, you know, and and which he called that not the home but a kingdom, you know. So joined in his kingdom, and he is the king, the king of kings, and luckily that, you know, the king of kings is coming here today. He's wearing a lovely dynamic, which is, I'm full of love and kindness, and this is this is where what the bride and you know, wears on a wedding night. So, because she's all ready to give to the husband. So here's a lovely giver.
Thank you so much, Manivan sir, for being with us today on this Founders Day. Thank you so much. Now